Let's get straight into it. I'm super excited for this video because this is a very special episode. It is episode 10 of the Drae Effect show. We've come a very long way. And since the previous Drae Effect video that we made on Ledger, which was at 3.7 million market cap, we've now hit so far 17.6 million. So we're up about like, what's that, like 4x or so? Yeah, we're up about 4.5x. So we're doing amazing so far. Once we cross above this white line, we can expect short to medium term these levels being hit once we cross above this white line. In terms of the short term little targets we can look for is around these areas. So I'm super excited, man, because it's truly so early. Around here, it's going to be 100 million market cap. And with strong adoption and with that strong token flywheel that this project has, we truly, can expect way bigger numbers. So this is really exciting. Still is early stages. I've been spamming Ledger in my Telegram channel for ages, man, since I first got involved with the project and with the team a few months ago. And bro, I've been telling you for a while, if you've been paying attention, like up-only season is coming, okay? Up-only season is coming, not just with altcoins in general, but especially with Ledger, man. And if you've noticed, like for the people that have gotten in and have been keeping track, Ledger has been actually outperforming the rest of the market. Like the past few days, the past probably week or so, ETH and Bitcoin were consolidating in going downwards, while Ledger was showing strength and now breaking out again. So we are showing a lot of strength relative to the market, and so you know what to expect once the whole macro market as a whole goes crazy. Like this is truly, I had a feeling and I knew, and I've been saying it for a while, it's just going to be an up-only chart for quite a while. So yeah, super excited to dive into this episode where we're going to cover a few things that you might have missed. I've been talking about Ledger a lot on my Twitter. And so, like even as I said here to Overdose, man, like Ledger truly can hit 1 billion. Like I do genuinely think so. And I think I've made that obvious through all the videos I've been making and all the clips and all the posts. And that's the thing, man. Like when people ask these sort of things, people love to comment, oh yeah, this project or that project. But they're always half-assed shills. They're always very brief. And not even that logical explanations. Like I've gone full deep on this, and so have many other people from the community. Shout out to them, they know who they are. Like this community is smart, man. Like I don't consider this a typical utility product by no means. Like no way. Like no, like it'd be a an insult to compare this product to the majority of others, man. I'm telling you, like this is a fully doxed serious team with real world experience working in so many different real world avenues, and they've come together to form one team to work on this. I've made a lot of videos and content on like the team and what their background is and stuff, but yeah, I'm telling you, this isn't just some random small cap, okay? Like this is a small cap now, 17.6 million market cap, but I consider this like an early startup, like as I've said before, like even the founder, like his previous company got sold for $300 million in 2021, and he's been working on Ledger for the past few years. And so what I love is that they've been building this entire time, like since the launch, which was 10 months ago, they've been building the entire time, focusing on the tech. And obviously they still are. But now that the market overall is ready for an uptrend, and now that they have a lot more tangible things to roll out, it's just the stars are aligning. The stars are truly aligning. And yeah, this is going to get real crazy real soon, I'm telling you. Because this is truly nothing so far, okay? But yeah, look through everything if you haven't already, and lucky for you, I'm going to cover a bit anyways. But yeah, this video is going to be iconic in the future. Talking about Ledger at 3.7 million market cap. A lot of eyes saw it. And this I saw fairly recently. A couple of weeks ago, I posted it. Someone in the community made it, but I just thought I'd highlight it real quick because it's a really clear example of just how the ecosystem as a whole works, So the companies, like the clients, like companies and general clients, they have to purchase Ledger because Ledger tokens is used for Aura Vision and for the Hammerhead. So it activates the actual hardware, and then it actually also activates gives them access to the AI, which is Aura Vision. This is explaining the tech here, and obviously all of this leads to more demand, and it just keeps going that way because obviously adoption is going to be key here, like it is with any utility project. And the difference is most utility projects don't actually get adoption. These guys this is like the number one priority for them, okay? Like actually making sure that people genuinely use this, because value to the actual token and the company itself is going to naturally flow that way if they just focus on adoption. And yeah, so amazing graphic there explains. I did do an interview with one of their team members, Liam Beefy. So definitely watch that if you haven't already. I made that recently. 30-minute conversation diving deep into his life, but also talking a lot about Ledger as well. So really, really awesome interview. And I might be doing more soon enough in the future with other team members as well. So look forward to that. Yeah, like Ledger, it's not going to be a low cap soon enough. It's not going to be a low cap. It's yeah. These guys have truly big goals. And I think it's needless to say, but these guys aren't really focusing on price. Like, they're not at all. They're just focusing on the actual value, and the price will follow that value eventually, the fundamentals. And so, yeah, like, as I said, Ledger has been outperforming the overall market recently. And more than that, if we're talking about macro right now, I did say a few days ago that I think ETH is going to take everybody by surprise, because it was basically at what you could call a quadruple top, which no one calls that, by the way, but you'd be surprised. So many shit influencers and fucking big accounts were saying that, oh, the top is in, at least short to midterm. But I was saying here that it's too obvious. It's too obvious. This move, this huge pump here, right, from here to here, it came so quick. And that to me tells me that they've caught a lot of people off by surprise, and they're not going to be nice enough and give them an entry by retracing to really big support levels. It's not going to be that easy, And so I did say here that I think a breakout upwards would be max pain, because a lot of people are still sidelined. And so that's going to apply to altcoins as well. I was talking to a few whales, and a lot of them were telling me that they're actually waiting for ETH to break out first. And I was telling them, like, okay, you can do that, but price is going to be way higher by then, So a lot of the other smarter whales, they did already get in and have been DCAing in and stuff, but a lot of them are also just waiting. And it's classic human psychology. I mean, what can I do? What can I say? What can anyone say? It's just the nature of the markets. And I do think, yeah, that's exactly why that once ETH breaks 4K, sentiment, as I said here, it's going to shift really quickly. Like, to disbelief, people are going to be like, no way, we're breaking out. Then as price keeps going up and up, then they'll have real belief, then the through, and then the ultimate euphoria. And obviously, we want to sell into strength. We want to de-risk into strength with all projects, right? We want to manage our risk, but we also want to hold as long as possible. So, as I've said in other videos as well, I will be covering on a weekly basis kind of the overall market, how I'm viewing it from a quantitative data and qualitative data point of view, looking at everything, anything and everything you can imagine, and coming up with conclusions that way. But yeah, man, like, by the time ETH is hitting 8.4K, I mean, oh God, we can only just think what Ledger's going to be at. It's stupid early. I mean, 10 cents. I'm curious what market cap is 10 cents. 10 cents. That's 18x. So 17.4 times 18. I'm just curious what this is. So yeah, that'd be 313 million. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And that's still very reasonable. Like, that's not even overvalued if they're doing everything right by that point. So really exciting stuff. This was a really, really important tweet, because I don't know if you guys saw the news, but basically they're saying here that ChatGPT shares personal info if things go to shit. Like, if they need evidence in courts and legal cases, they're going to be sharing your personal info. And that's just crazy. Like, ChatGPT and any centralized AI for that matter is putting your privacy at risk. And the reason for that is because most people are renting the AI they use. They don't control the model. They don't own the data. You can barely integrate it into like actual daily life and workflows in a seamless manner unless you have like very, very technical knowledge and stuff. It's just, the entry to barrier is just way too high right now to kind of have AI that actually proactively works for you. And that's what I was saying here. Like, imagine if you could just have your own private AI system that was trained on everything, on all your context, on all your files, on everything on your life, all your work and everything. And then from there, be able to actually work for you 24/7 and be proactive. Because the nature of all the other AI that we have right now, even though it's amazing and revolutionary, the fact of the matter is that we need to prompt them still. Like, if we have a problem, if we have an idea, anything in general, we need to actively go out to them, right? Ask it a question, text it, voice to text, whatever. And then we get an answer. But like, that's not proactive. That's not like true intelligence. Like, true intelligence, the real future, it's going to be private, it's going to be local, it's going to be personalized, okay? And again, yeah, proactive. And personalized in the sense that, again, like it's fully connected to everything in your life. Like, even with ChatGPT and these other centralized models, the memory's kind of shit, right? And although I understand a bit of context about you, it's just not that holistic in my opinion and from what we've seen. So yeah, for years, the problem has been that it was too complicated and too inaccessible to set it up, even for big player institutions and big companies and stuff. Like, I'm telling you, like, LedgerAi is first mover in terms of everything it's doing as a whole, what it encapsulates as a whole. it's first mover. So yeah, LedgerAi is truly revolutionizing things. They're a project that covers many different angles. I mean, DEPIN, AI, RWA. As I said here, man, like I can't just absolutely, spoon feed you everything. Do your own research. Like with me, I've said before, but when I first came across Ledger, I actually didn't get it. I first saw it in like January, and I didn't really understand it. And unfortunately, back then, I actually just dismissed it. I was like, nah, you know what, nah. And luckily, I came across it again months later, around April, and that's when I decided to really, really make an effort to dive in and understand everything. And then, yeah, man, the more I connected the dots and the more I read into the white paper and everything as a whole, I was like, holy shit. And that's when I started getting involved with the project, with the team, and investing myself and making all this content, man. Like, this is really, really, really insane. Like, yeah, custom trains, locally stored and encrypted data. In fact, no one's even talked about it, but I just want to speculate because why not? They have Aura Vision trademarked. Like everything, like that's what I love. These guys are treated like a proper company, okay, proper startup. Like they're trademarking stuff. They're taken care of on all legal frameworks from all angles. But I also noticed that they have something called Aura Q. I'm pretty sure it's called Aura Q. That's trademarked or something like something with a Q in it. And like I remember when I first saw that months ago. And by the way, they haven't really talked about this at all. I just saw kind of like the Easter egg on the white paper or something. If I'm personally like guessing, that could have something to do with quantum related tech. It could be something else, but I don't know what else would make sense. But it could make sense that it's quantum related tech because of the fact of how secure the actual data would be, the fact that it's encrypted, and the fact that it's purely on premises, like it's on the actual, remember, like all of this is stored inside of the hammerhead, which is a physical device, okay? And so maybe perhaps they figured out a way to do that. But I don't know, that's just me speculating. But regardless, if we move on, as I said, you're going to be able to seamlessly plug it in to existing workflows, systems, databases, and as you know, it will be monetized. So bro, this is huge because I was talking about this. I actually sent through a voice message in my Telegram channel. Where is it? Yeah, here. Listen to this later, okay? Because here's the thing. When I first came across this, and what most people initially saw this project as, was as tech that applied basically just to corporate, for the boardrooms, for the high-level institutions and organizations. But as I said here, like this can apply to anyone, man. Like retail. I mean, even ChatGPT, like anyone, everyone uses that in centralized AI. Like not just big play people, but even just retail. And so retail, like soon enough, they're going to care about proactive help. They're going to care about owning their own security and their own data. Okay, owning your data is so important, and right now it's pretty overlooked, but it won't be soon enough. I can guarantee you that. And so, as I said here, like anyone's going to be able to apply this sort of tech soon enough. Imagine like their dreams and goals later on is basically applying Aura Vision to other potential physical avenues. Like for example, imagine you had a watch on your wrist that was 24/7 just listening to everything, right? And that data was only yours. I mean, guys, we know, right, that I can guarantee you Alexa, Siri, fucking all this bullshit, they're listening to us right now, unfortunately. As unfortunate as it is, I can guarantee you that you guys have been talking about really random, really specific stuff, and then coincidentally, hours later or a day later, you got in an ad, or you saw a meme, or you saw a post on social media about it, and then you thought to yourself, what the hell? Like, bro, it's not coincidence, I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, they're listening to everything you say. So wouldn't you rather keep that private, especially for the important people that actually genuinely need to protect themselves in that matter, right? Yeah, man. Like this goes far and wide, and deep. So you got to truly research and connect the dots yourself on the white paper. But let me just drill it in more to you, okay? Let me drill it in. Let me take this case home because I've been telling you about this for months now, all the way since here. I've been telling you on the way up. I'm going to keep telling you. And this is going to hit hundreds of millions in my opinion, okay? Not financial advice, but this will hit at least hundreds of millions. So let me tell you more. Okay? Because I don't want excuses later on. I genuinely care about you people. I want you guys to print alongside me, okay? Because this isn't a regular shitcoin, okay? It's not a regular utility coin. Like this is a proper startup, okay? And it's cheap. They're actually rolling out a lot of things soon enough. We'll check out the LedgerAi group in a sec. But again, if you don't use the systems you use, they're going to end up owning you. And right now, people don't really care. People don't even know. That's the thing. Most people just don't know. And it's more dangerous than you think. So in general, when it comes to business, finance, fucking health, anything and everything, in this new and upcoming AI age, era, you need ownership, autonomy, and leverage, okay? And right now, you don't actually really have that with the current AI, okay? You don't own it. It's not really that autonomous, right? And you don't have leverage in the sense that it can't really just do things proactively for you. And so, yeah, this applies to everything though. Your time, intelligence, data, connectivity. And what I was saying in that voice message in my Telegram group is that literally just a couple of weeks ago, I was looking into setting up my own LLM. Like, I had completely, even myself as an investor in Ledger, I had completely forgotten about what Ledger was doing, because this was in my own time, in my free time, just learning about how to scale my own life, right? And my own, just everything that I do. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm going to set up my own LLM. Why? Because it runs 24/7 on my devices, knows my context, works for me, all off the cloud, la da 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 da. And then literally, I'm not even kidding, bro. Like, this is a crazy story. While I was doing all this, towards the end, I was like, wait a fucking second. Oh my goodness. This is literally what Ledger is doing. It's literally what they're building. And so that's exactly when I sent that voice message in my Telegram channel. Just me just preaching about how powerful and insane this tech will be for the world, you know? And, you know, Paul, the founder, said he loved it. Don, the CMO, he said he loved it. Like, you know, they both were saying it's very, you know, accurate what I was saying. So that was deep, man, because now I understand the vision. Like, I understand the vision, and as an investor, that's very, very exciting. And as someone that believes in how this could help scale the everyday lives of people and also in businesses, like, I know this is huge. And so, yeah, like, these guys are going to be able to work with anybody, not just a Fortune 500 company, but with anybody, a state agency, you know, any kind of local government agency, police or fire departments, a family as a whole, right? A household, a school for education, right? Institutions as a whole. And just for individuals in general who want control. So, like, this too was just a banger, bro. Like, AI is already here. It doesn't think for you. You have to prompt it. So imagine when machines start thinking for you and, you know, with you and for you. Because right now, ChatGPT doesn't. But eventually it probably will. Eventually they probably will figure out a way to make it very, very proactive. But guess what? It's not going to be owned by you. And that's a fucking problem. Will you own the machine, or will you let the machine own you? Connect the dots, man, because the future's either going to own you or you own the future. And this is like how the big players think. One thing I've come to learn, man, is like, if you want to be an elite person in society and like a big player, you got to think like them. You can't be like the herd. You can't be like the sheep that just do what everybody else does. You got to think for yourself, truly. And so, yeah, man, shout out to Coconuts, because he's been doing some amazing tweets on Ledger as well. As you saw here, though, yeah, like, they have a trademark to Vision. Yeah, it's you know, it's RWA because of the hammerhead, right? You know, having that real world asset that has everything contained within it. Yeah, man, I've waffled so much, honestly. This is just huge. This is huge. And yeah, so I recently retweeted this as well. They're going to be doing a Spaces with Neo Tokyo. I think Alex Becker owns this. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on us, even more eyes on us soon. I've brought tens and tens of thousands of views since I started working here on Ledger and invested in it. And so, you know, like, it's funny because it's a weird paradox where we have a lot of eyes on us already, but we also have barely any eyes on us yet. It's a really interesting mix of like barely having any eyes on us, but at the same time having heaps. Like, we obviously have a lot of eyes on us, and just like classic human psychology, you know, it's a classic just breakout of the downtrend, you know, downtrend, accumulation, boom, breakout. So yeah, I do think up earning is coming, given the macro context of the market, how it's going to start going up extremely soon. I don't think we'll have like a real big correction anytime soon. I think it will be up only for quite a while. So yeah, man, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Drae Effect Show, episode 10, which is awesome. And yeah, again, go through all of the tweets I've made. I do want to shout out to the audience, man, to all of you guys, because I really do appreciate it. We've been doing amazing. Like, the past 90 days, we've had almost 1 million impressions, engagements, and just everything as a whole was skyrocketing. So we're doing a great job. And definitely join my Telegram channel if you haven't already, because here I like to update you a lot more on a lower time frame basis on everything, not just Ledger, but everything as a whole. And yeah, man, like, thank me later, all right? Thank me later. But yeah, man, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support to everybody. And God bless. Talk soon.